Mhm.
All right, we have the automated CEO debrief here with one of our alumni students, Mark Carter from This Little Dog of Mine in Austin, Texas. And we're going to be really going through why Mark started with automated CEO, where he was, why he made the choice to finally make the leap, what he got out of the program, and then where he is now. So, Mark, tell us a little bit about where you are and what happened. Give us the lowdown.
Right now, I'm happy.
Well, that's always good.
Right now, I'm happy.
Fresh off of
Before,
freedom.
yes, I have a lot of more freedom now. Before starting the automated CEO course, like I said, I've searched you and followed you for a long time, and I was like, who is this black lady disrupting the pet sitting industry? I was like, you were on all the good podcasts, and you were just spewing so many gems that I could just resonate with, and I think for me, that was the biggest thing for me to come up under somebody as a coach and find a coach to help me expand my business as somebody I related to. You're very relatable, and so that what kind of made me join the automated CEO course. Um, but before that, I was all over the place. My business, we were doing good, but we didn't have a lot of processes in place and like SOPs and standards and things like that. So it was a lot of hustle and bustle, and I always felt like I was just on the go, and it was never a turnoff point in my business. And so, like I said, when joining you, that helped me a whole lot on putting certain standards, raising my prices, understanding the value of my company and my value, and things like that. And so, with joining the course, I was able to go on a vacation and leave my company and let my staff run everything. That was like the biggest thing for me so far. I was able to go to Greece for 7 days. I did not have my phone, and everything
Yay.
everything was okay. Nothing burned down. Did we clients? Nothing. It's just building that confidence. Really, like building that confidence to be like, okay, I have put all these things in place for my business to run properly. Was great.
I love to hear that. So you said you were following me for a long time. Tell me like what finally made you pull the trigger and what took so long. Like tell me how many times you saw me, listen to me, or like what took so long and what made you finally pull the trigger.
It took so long is because I feel like everybody has a gimmick. And
Mm.
like you can look on Instagram all day and everybody's selling something. They're like, oh, I can teach you how to do this, or I can take you from this to six figures in no time. And you weren't really selling like a gimmick. Like, you weren't like, oh, I'm going to help you make six figures. No, you're going to teach me how to be a CEO and get me to that point. Because, yeah, anybody can get to six figures, but you have to put all the other steps in line to be a great CEO before you get there. Because you can make all that money and then lose it. Because then you're like, well, what did I do? How did I get to this point?
Mhm.
And so that was kind of the big thing that I kind of looked for. And then when I reached out to you and you were like, okay, listen, I know you're unsure right now. Join the group for a little minute and see if you like it.
Yeah,
Try it out.
I gave you a free trial. I was like, just
Yeah,
come
you were
in.
like, join the group. Join the group, see if you get any value from it, and if you don't like it, leave. No harm, no harm, no foul. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, join the group, sign up. Here it is. Here's the information. Sign up.
I'm laughing because I remember that conversation. I was like, bro, just come in, just leave. You don't want to go
Yeah,
in.
it was no sales pitches. You was like, look, this is what I offer. This is what I can help you with. Join this group for a little bit. See if you like it. If you don't, leave. If you do, sign up. That's it.
Right.
You left it in
Right.
my hands to go into the group and find the value. If I
Mhm.
didn't like it, I didn't have to sign up. Some places are like, oh, you have to be with me for 6 months and you have to commit to this. I don't even know if I like you. I don't even know if
Right.
your environment or your group that you offer is my field. And so that was what sold me. And after that, it was like, again, the value that you provided. You don't talk to people in a way of like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. Like,
Mm.
you talk to us like, hey, we're in this together. Like, what can I help you with? This is my perspective and what I would do. How do you feel about it? How
Mhm.
can we meet in the middle? Because everything, just because you say it works, it might not be what I personally believe in. and that's not what you push on. That's not what you push on to the group and people in the coaching that you do. It's like, okay, listen, this is what I can help you with. This is where we can meet in the middle. This is where the plan is. I know these things work. I'm gonna give them to you. Go try them for a little bit, and majority of the time they work. Not majority of the time, all the time they work. They work.
It
It's
works
great.
with effort. Like, did you do it? Did you
Yeah,
do it?
or why did you try to do it? Then once you do it, you're like, oh damn, it did really work.
Mm. Sometimes I find too that you get information and then like you have it, and then sometimes it takes like a season for it to click, and you're like, oh, okay, now I can like implement this. So when you first came in, you came into the members group. We did a free trial, 7 days, and you got to hang out. And so then you end up becoming a member.
Mm-hmm.
And you were one of our most vocal, outgoing, like, I'm gonna get my value, I'm gonna ask my questions, I'm gonna come to every call, which is great. Like, you were basically an ideal student, we would say. Like, if you're gonna be here, show up.
And again, most groups aren't like that. They just have
Mm-hmm.
you pay for the group, but the head coach, they only pop in once a month.
Mm.
You go in that group, they ask questions, you respond to the questions.
Yeah.
We did the monthly calls. Some groups aren't like that. Like the person that has the knowledge at the top that you really want to work with, they have all these other people underneath there before you can get to them. And that kind of feel I didn't like. It didn't work for me because I'm like, if I'm paying to do something, I want to talk to you. I want
Mm-hmm.
that I'm joining the group because I wanted to learn from you. Everybody else in the group is great, but it's certain things I'm like, okay, well, what does the expert in this area can help me do?
Right,
Yeah.
kind of like a tiebreaker, because everybody knows the system. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, again, for us, like, all of our alumni know the system, they know the process, but sometimes it helps being that tiebreaker to just be like, okay, give me like the quick answer, and it's check, good, done.
Exactly. It's like you're not trying to hold on to the sauce. It's like, no, here it is. You're in the group.
Yeah.
Here's the sauce.
Oh,
Now
I
you,
believe in giving the sauce. If you're in here and you're paying, let's do it.
yeah, give
Do
me the
it.
sauce. Give me the game. Tell me what to
And
do.
I'm not
Like,
really like a coach. I'm more of a consulting. So I'm just going to tell you the answer. Like, a lot of coaches are like, well, let's lead you around the circle and then let's end up together. Now we do a little bit of it, but I still say, well, this is what I did. So
yeah,
you could just pick. Like,
what you want to do.
this is what we did. You go on with it. They're like, oh, I don't know if that works for me. Okay, well, let me see what works for you, and then let's get us back like moving along.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up coming in the group for a while, and then you end up doing the pet SOPs. So you purchase all the SOPs for your business.
And
How did that
implement.
work out? You implemented them all. Yeah, because the SOPs is a done for you. So we give you the exact template, but then I walk you through the template on how to like use case it in your business. So
Yeah,
I'm not really a course girly. So this is obviously a program, but if I'm going to give you any like coursework, it's going to already be done. And then I'm just going to talk you through how it's done.
how
So
to
then you were able to just stick it in your time to pet, put it in your software. What happened after that?
After that, it just made all the automation a lot easier because you already had like quick responses to you know frequent questions that people have, different SOPs to implement, like the post visit reports, the CYA cover your ass, like things you should do, um, how to do potty cleanups and like all those meticulous things that as a business owner you're like, oh, I do not have time to sit down and write all
Or
this
you
stuff.
wouldn't even think about it, like, oh, I do need that. Oh, I do need
Yeah.
that.
Oh, those things. You're like, oh, I thought people would already know that. No, you need to have that
Mm-mm.
down. So when somebody has a question, I can send it right on over to you. It's right there. It's already detailed out, and so that made everything escalate a lot quicker for me to make the changes that I need to in my business. And it was like we talked about the different pricing and the amount, for different services and things like that. How that made sense. How to send those messages out to my clients to let them know, like, hey, these are the changes we're going to be made. How to roll that out. So all those different steps, I wish I would have had that 9 or 10 years ago. When I first
Mm.
started out, it would have made things a lot easier. But that buying that SOP package, quick, fast, in a hurry. It made things change extra quick.
I'm glad. I love that product because I'm like, for me, I was like, what products do I want to make that I wish I would have had? And just being able to download and upload is gold. Download and upload. That's my style. So I was like, let's go ahead and give it to the people.
Exactly. I'm like, if I have to buy it, I don't want to have to go in here and have to fill in, like, fill in the blanks. No, I just want
Right. Like
this.
maybe fill in my name only.
Yeah, all I want to
Move your business name to my business name and let's go.
do. I want it. If I bought the packages. I want the quick stuff. It sounds good. I like this. Boom, I can implement it into my business. It works for what I want, how I want to run my business.
The
So
fast pass.
that,
Okay. So after being a member and then getting the SOPs, you then came into the 6 months automated CEO program. What made you move on and forward to there?
I felt like I was at the point to where I needed a little bit more to have the back end of my business evaluated.
Okay. So
I felt
getting a chief operating officer to look at things. Okay.
yeah, kind of go in, look through my business. It's like, okay, these are the things. Yes, you have all these processes in place and you have all these good things, but we have to build you out just a little bit more. And I think with joining the 6 month program, it made that a lot easier to have somebody come in and be like, okay, you need to change this, you need to change this to help you do this a little bit more. This will help you with marketing a little bit more. This will help you expand on Google a little bit more. This will help you with like some SEO stuff. All those little nuanced things that you kind of need to be brought into the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
Yeah,
like I have
it's more so like a custom strategy for your business and with the clear intention of removing you.
yeah,
What's
yes,
left over, what's working, what's not working, who knows what, and what do I need to put in place to remove me? And
and
a
you
lot of that is mind shift work because you're like, oh, this is going so good. Now I can really stay in. And we're like, no, we want it to go so good so you can get out.
challenge that you put me through. You were just like, okay, go from not answering your phone for like a day, go from not answering your team for like a week, go from not answering them for like a month, and it was like, ooh, those being able to release that control really helps you become a real boss because you're like the team has everything that they need. You put all the work into making sure everybody has everything they need to run functionally.
Yeah, everybody cringes when they have to take their hand off. They're like, "Oh shoot, it's real."
Like, ooh,
I'm like in college, like implementing all this stuff, and then now I have to like go to a job, like get out, and you're like, "Oh shoot." We're like, "Yeah, we want to test it now. Go get some coffee, turn the phone off, see what happens." So
mm-hmm.
you took our offer suite pathway, and that's literally what it is. Same thing I teach you guys. Have a low ticket offer like a membership, then have an implementation program, an implementation lab, a coursework, something done for you where people can elevate where they are. And then once they've actually done that work, they've cleaned up their business a little bit. They know your style of teaching, they know how you coach, they know how your groups work, then commit to a 6 month or 1 year program because you're already ready. Can you
Mm-hmm.
talk about like not knowing what you don't know or kind of getting into a program before you're ready?
Yeah, it can be overwhelming because if you're not ready to put in, you have to be ready to put in the work. You have to be ready to have the time to do it, to implement these things. If you're not ready to make that commitment, don't sign up for it
Right.
because you are pretty much held accountable for what you want to get out of the course. Because you're not, you're like, hey, I'm here. This is what I'm here for. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to coach you through it. We're going to talk about it. But if you don't take what you're teaching and implement it yourself on the back end when you're not there, it's not going to work.
Right. And
And
it moves along pretty fast.
yeah,
We're expecting you to be a business owner. Let's move along. Like we can pretty much see what a business is missing pretty quickly and we know exactly what to do.
yeah,
Because 9 times out of 10, everyone is semi in the same pathway by having the business. They're in a cage. Like they built the business. Even I've had multi 7 figure businesses, 6 figure businesses, early 4 figure businesses. They've all built a cage around them. So all their processes, all their systems that they've created revolve around them. All of them. I'm like, well, how is this going to work? How are you
yeah,
going to be free? I thought you quit your job to be free. How are you going to be free? You're not free. You just have a new job. You have a new
yeah. You have a
job
new
that's
job.
built around you. And so most people are like, well, I'm making 7 figures now. I have this grand business, but what is all the money if you can't utilize it or spend it or enjoy it?
Yeah.
So, someone who's thinking about joining our Offer Sweeter programs, what advice or tips would you give them before they make their leap?
I would say make sure you have all the
Excuse
high
me.
fruit things in your company settled first. Like have
Mm-hmm.
all your SOPs, have all your standards in your policies and like cancellation policies and onboarding policies and like meet and greet policies. All those things have those all lined out. Because
Right.
those are like hanging fruit. Though you have to clean those up first.
Yeah.
Because when you get into the 6 months course, you're in the real nitty gritty of it all, of building you as a business owner. That part, you're not building the business too much anymore. It's you and your mindset as a business owner and seeing yourself as a CEO. That's what that part is building you to do. Of how to get out of being in the day-to-day stuff, how to delegate, how to be a leader. Those are the things you have to be ready for when you join that part of the program. And
Yeah,
so
that's the start, scale, sale. So the start is kind of iron it out. The scale is making sure your business is prepped for team. And then the sale, which is automated CEO, is really removing yourself and being the strategist, being the full-time strategist, not the doer.
exactly. And if you're not ready for that yet, join the membership group. Get the information that you need. Get your feet wet, and then once you get all those other things kind of lined out and you feel comfortable and you're ready to make that jump, then I say join the automated CEO course.
I agree, because it's not going to help us and it's not going to help you.
You're gonna waste
It's not going to help us. Now we have had multiple students obviously come right into automated CEO and they've worked out great, but those are people who know where their business stand. Like
yeah,
they know that they have a strong team who's handling departments. That's
yeah,
where I find that people who just come right in do really well is that they're like, I already have people that kind of run their spot already, but it's still chaotic, it's still unstructured, and we need to move it forward a little bit
yeah.
more.
Tighten up a little bit.
Right. So if you've already semi had a team and you've been working with the team for at least a year, then you can potentially move forward, um, because we're going to give you all the systems anyway. But if you're on the fence and you're hesitant, you're not sure, come through the pathway. Come in as a member first. Do it that way so you know step by step. Like if you're like, I'm not sure if I should dip my toe in again, but if you're a doer and action taker and you're like, I already have a team, we got to get it going, then obviously you're in a different situation. But the pathway is there for you for the unsure. And then even after you do automated CEO, everyone still stays a member. So we don't drop you. You're not gone. You still stay a member and we still talk about things you're doing in your business and new changes, new things that are popping up.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Mark, for giving us a debrief. Where would you say your business stands today after have implemented all of the above?
Right now, my business is in a good spot. Just the constant, not struggles, but the constant just growth of just marketing and keeping myself out there and just following the pathways that were given to me in the course. Going out, doing the things about marketing, reaching out to people, following up, and those type of things. Just that's on me. Sometimes I get a little late. I'm like, okay, well, I got to get back on course you know.
Right.
So, but right now we're doing good. We're in a good spot. We're hiring new people. So yeah, we're in a good spot and just learning and keep growing.
Oh, perfect. People want to reach out to you and contact you. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at this little lil dog of mine, or you can visit me on my website at www.thislittledogofmine.com, or shoot me an email at info@thislittledogofmine.com.
Or chat with you inside the group because Mark's in there.
I'm in there all the time.
Thank you, Mark. See you later.
All right, see you later.